Hey y'all, I am getting ready for my first ever cruise and I'm getting so excited. I'm starting to get things together to practice packing, to see what all I can fit, to see if I can fit it in here. It's going to be a 7-day cruise. If I can't fit it in a carry-on and a backpack, then I'll have to move up to the bigger size, but kind of excited. I finally splurged and bought myself some new luggage. I haven't had anything new since I was in college, which was, just a couple of years ago. So I got a carry-on bag that would be carry-on if you're going on an airplane. Of course, the size doesn't matter too much while you're on a cruise, and I'm actually flying. I'm driving to Galveston to start off with, and then I got a backpack also, and these are Luggage. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but anyway. So I finally got a luggage. It's got 4 wheels on it, and it opens up like a regular suitcase. There's plenty of room in here. There's waterproof area up here. It's got room for, you open this up, you can slide a backpack in here real quick. Not a backpack, laptop in here so you could take it out if you were on the airport in the TSA line and everything for them to check everything. You've got easy access to it right here. You've got outside pockets on it. The zippers and everything. The big ones around the side actually has a lock right here, and you can set the combination lock on it. So that locks that, and the outer ones here, I actually have these little safety clips that I put on it that once they're together, you can hook them together. So it's not gonna stop anybody from getting into your suitcases, but it'll take them a little bit of time to mess with it. So it might just deter the, on the spot thief. So this, and then the backpack opens up almost like a suitcase itself. You could put a lot of stuff in here. And once you've got everything in there, it actually has these connections here where it's actually like a compression where you can actually compress things and make it a little better. It's got a handle on the top here, and the suitcase, little carry-on, has a handle here, and it's also got one on the side. So if you're trying to carry it or you're trying to put it in an overhead bin, you've got areas to grab a hold of it. And then both of these also came with packing cubes. There's one for shoes, there's a small one here, and there's a large one. And these are regular packing cubes. These have the mesh cover on them, so you can see what you've got. You don't have to open up everything to figure out what's what. With these bags that they send for shoes, these are really nice. You can take your pair of shoes, put them in here. These are some wedge shoes, but they've got the straps all the way around them, and they've got a zipper in the back to close them up. So, and this particular one has all kinds of colors, so I can wear it with reds, blues, whatever. And it's neutral color, so it should go with a lot of things. Put it in here, get another shoe and put it in here upside down the other way, that way. And zip this up. And it's just going to keep, any dirt or whatever from getting on clothes when I put it in there. So you can always go with something like this. Another thing that you can do with shoes is shower caps, just to put around the shoes, just to keep them from, the same thing, getting dirt on there. And if you're going on a trip, I know you're buying clothes, save these little bags that come with all your clothes, the Ziploc, even if they have a tiny little hole for breathing in. These work excellent for putting the shoes and stuff in. So, or even, not dripping wet, but a damp swimsuit, if you put it in here, it'll actually have a little hole to breathe, so it, maybe not mildew something on your way home. So all these bags, make sure you keep them. But I actually bought another set of compression cubes. These are Kanban, I think. And so there's a large one, and they all have a handle on them. There's one that you can use it for shoes, or you could use it for bras and undies. There's another smaller one here. And then I've started packing in another case here. I've got my swimsuits in it, so I'm packing in there, and I'm gonna put another swimsuit in. And I'm folding this about the size of the cube itself, just to maximize all the space. So I've got the swimsuit, and this is gonna go in thirds. I've got this, I'm actually gonna turn it sideways. It's very lightweight material. And then when you zip it up, very smooth zippers, by the way. Once you have this in there, then you can start on the side and you can zip this around. I'm sticking my finger in there just to keep the material from getting caught. Pressing down a little bit. Make sure everything doesn't get caught. Zip it all the way down. And that kind of compresses some of the air out of it. And it just compresses it down, and it'll take up a whole lot less space when I put it in and I get ready to pack. And you can lay it in this way, but it's probably gonna fit, for me, it's probably gonna fit best sideways across here. And then once everything's in there, there are these compression straps that just, you know, go across everything to keep it together. So I'll probably pack, you know, put a couple of these in here, maybe take a large one and put it sideways across here. So when I close this up, this will be full on across here. With these compression bags, part of the reason for getting compression bags is, you know, of course, to compress everything and make it easier to pack so that you can pack more in a smaller space. But another nice thing about these, or even just the, you know, the regular packing cubes, is when you get to wherever you're going, whether it's a hotel or you're getting on the cruise, once you get there, you can unzip the compression part and it gives it a little bit of extra room. But you can take this whole bag and you can just stick it right in the drawer and make it easy to get to everything right away. And then also when you've got it in your bag, you know, you always see in the movies a bag pops open and clothes go everywhere, which is kind of unlikely to happen, but just in case it does, it'd be a whole lot easier to pick this up than to pick up about 10 different pieces of clothing. Taking a fan, because I've been reading way too many blogs and watching too many videos of things to do, and everybody says to bring a fan. Everybody says to bring poopery spray, which, yes, I did bring some. So, but this one, most of your cabin walls are going to be metal on most modern ships. And so this particular fan, it's small, it's lightweight, it's rechargeable, and it has 3 different levels of fan. And you can see it's not very, even on the high speed, it's not very loud, but it also has 3 levels of lights. So if you have this, you can stick it on the cabin wall this way, and you can adjust it on, like, almost 360. It goes almost all the way around, and then this flips around backwards and forwards, so you can find whatever you want to put it on the ceiling and hang it and face it down. You want to put it on the side this way. It's just all kinds of ways to it, and if you need to get up in the middle of the night, you can actually use the lights so you can see where you're going, and then you can just turn those off and turn this off. And I've tested this, so it will last completely all the way through the night. Should last no problem on a charge. So that's one of the things I'm going to have to pack in here. I bought a new kit for all my toiletries and everything. So I've got the leak-proof cases. There's my poopery. And so this just has everything in it. And this flips over, this flips over. You can hide the hook. And I'm taking some really strong magnets, so I can hang this by the magnets on the wall, or I can hang it over the bathroom door probably. And so this zips all the way around. I had a case, but it was open on the sides and things were constantly falling out, brushes and stuff. So this one is just a nice size, and it actually has a little pocket here on the back, and it's easy to carry. And that one will most likely go in my travel bag here. Another thing that I'm super excited about is I've made some gifts for all my cruising girls, and just put together just a little small gift, and I will go over this in more detail later in another video, but just a quick peek. There it is. Just put in a bunch of different things that they might be able to use. Like here's the little zipper clip like I was telling you about. It's kind of an S hook, but it's got the little, what do you call them, snaps or whatever. So this can go on your zippers. Here's a little flosser brush for your teeth. There's SPF 30 lip balm. And of course, you can't go on a cruise without cruise ducks. Again, I'm looking very forward to it. I hope all of this works, and hopefully everybody's advice that I've been following will work out, and it'll be a great cruise. And if you're interested in any of this stuff that I'm taking with, I'm going to leave the links for them down in the description below. And happy sailing!